morning, everybody. Good morning again. It is a beautiful day. We weren't sure we were going to hold out with no rain, but we did it. Welcome to our moving on ceremony for the class of 2022-2023. We'll start, if you would like to join us, in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. What you have in the front here are amazing educators. They have dedicated their time, energy, resources to support and educate your students. So I would like to give a round of applause to them. Hannah Attard, Katie Dixon, Matt Esty, Kelly Neville, Valerie Salakrup, Anthony Sharp, Deshaun Simmons, Veronica Santana, Matt Uzinski, Will Van Delsum, Steve Walker, Scott Uskin, Chelsea Costa, Kathy Ward. Amazing educators who work very hard to serve your students. And we will kick this off with class reflections from Bhavika Kalia.
Hello, good morning everyone. My name is Bhavika Kalia and I'm so excited to be here today to share my reflection upon my years at this exceptional schools. My years at the Kennedy have led me to flourish into who I am today. I've not only grown as a student, but as a person as well. From my first day in 6th grade to my last, today, I can see a change in myself that I never believed I would be able to accomplish. As I began middle school, I could only describe myself as reserved, inflexible, and apprehensive. Contrarily, now I see myself as outgoing, open-minded, and optimistic. This couldn't have been accomplished without the support of others in my life. I want to thank the principal of our school and the supporting staff, the teachers and their dedication, my parents for their fruitful and exhausting efforts, and most of all, my peers that have joined me on this journey and shared these opportunities in education. Mr. Marshall always encourages students to try their best and cares for everyone's success. Ms. Patton kindly checks in on the classes and aids any student who needs it. Ms. Kennedy makes sure that every student is safe and has the best learning experience possible. All the teachers show such care and enthusiasm in their instruction. Each class is filled with exciting lessons, interesting assignments, and significant takeaways. I would like to specifically thank my 7th and 8th grade teachers for all of the times they've helped me. Mr. Sharp always has the most captivating lessons and interactive assignments that make any class enjoyable. I've learned so much in the past 2 years from his class, and I will forever be grateful for all the inspirational quotes he has told us. Mr. Uzinski stimulates the class with his cheerful personality, fun activities, and giving out check stars or smileys when sharing work with the class. Every Monday and Friday, the class check-in brightens my day. Ms. Salakrup makes everyone in her class feel welcome, and there's an excitement the moment you walk through her classroom door. She finds creative ways to allow her students to have a greater comprehension of Spanish, shares a rich culture, and tells us absorbing stories. Mr. Simmons creates an inclusive and safe environment in which students feel comfortable sharing their thoughts, ideas, and beliefs. He engages the class with current events that relate to our lives and truly makes us feel that we can change the world. Mr. Van's class is a perfect mixture of excitement, enthusiasm, and gaining a deeper understanding of literature. The products she did were both inventive and gave me a chance to be both independent and collaborative with my peers. Ms. Santana teaches math in such a way that is innovative and tailored for individual students to understand. Whenever a student struggled with a problem or didn't comprehend a concept, she would give scenarios or examples that allowed all our questions to be answered. Ms. Neville is amiable and thoughtful. She's a teacher I can always talk to whenever I have any questions or just want to chat with someone. Throughout the years, I've gained confidence in my ability to take on new challenges. I now have the capability to think deeply and critically about any topic. The Kennedy School promotes a higher comprehension of problem-solving and innovative thinking. I now feel comfortable with new concepts and unfamiliar language and can say I'm an independent and self-directed learner. All of my classes have taught me how to use my voice to help others. The barriers to civic engagement in my life were broken down, and my comprehension of current events in our world changed and broadened. I've expanded my mindset, and the John F. Kennedy School permitted me to learn more about the world and the perspectives of others. I will forever be grateful for all the opportunities the school has provided me. I've developed stronger relationships with my peers and feel comfortable leading any conversation. I recognize how others may think, improving my ability to cooperate in a group setting and resolve or prevent conflicts from occurring. I could go on and on about how much the Kennedy School has influenced my life, but then we could be here all day. From joking with friends during our free periods, enjoying field trips to amusing places, going to fascinating specialists every day, and just the Kennedy School atmosphere in general, everything was amazing. The moment you walk into the school doors, you are greeted with a staff member with a bright smile on their face. It always brought me such joy to see school communities members truly enjoying their jobs. I will cherish the memories I've made at the John F. Kennedy School forever. Thank you all. Thank you all again.
All right, I'm giving out the Richie Melillo Student Services Perseverance Award. This award is named to honor Richie Melillo, who served our district for many years as the Director of Student Services and who continues to help support students and staff even in his retirement. In honor of Richie's dedication to supporting all students, we give this award to a student who has demonstrated perseverance. I have had the privilege of watching this student grow since she was in kindergarten. She has made enormous progress and has matured into a thoughtful, motivated, and creative young adult. She is a great athlete and an extraordinarily talented visual artist with a wicked sense of humor. This award goes to Kaylin Marshall.
Today, I have the pleasure of presenting the Outstanding Students Award for the class of 2023. The Outstanding Student Award recognizes two 8th grade students who have consistently demonstrated a commitment to doing their best in every aspect of their education. In addition to their acknowledgement now, their names will also be added to a plaque on permanent display in the main lobby. When I think about outstanding students, I think of people who are excited to learn, passionate about helping others, and dedicated to their personal success. Thinking of these two students, I feel that outstanding does not do them justice. As an 8th grade teaching team, we are consistently amazed by these two students' commitment to going above and beyond in their understanding of content, their commitment to being conscientious classmates and students, and their motivation to do the best they can in every context. The first of the students recognized as outstanding is someone who consistently raises the bar for excellence in all of her classes. Her level of detail in everything from her note-taking to her projects is an inspiration, and something that I have no doubt will continue to amaze as she begins her high school career. She is a model of academic excellence. Her lowest grade from this year is still an A+. In addition to being a kind, conscientious, and caring student and friend, I feel honored to have been a small part of her educational journey. The middle school team is excited to present the first Outstanding Student Award to Bhavika Kalia. The second student recognized for her outstanding qualities is someone whose curiosity and drive to learn and excel is something unmatched by any student I've ever met before. Not only does she ensure she thoroughly understands all of the material presented to her, but she also explores material above her grade level so that she feels confident she has thorough knowledge of each and every subject as a whole. Her curiosity, in addition to her kindness and generosity towards all students, teachers, and people she encounters, is something that I feel confident will continue to be admired and praised as she enters this next phase of her educational journey. It has been my extreme pleasure to have had her as a student and a colleague, pushing me to always wonder why and learn more. The middle school team is honored to present the second Outstanding Student Award to Kai Chin.
Who's doing Pride and Service?
So now we're going to do the Pride and Service Awards. A community only grows when its members believe in that community and invest time and energy to make that community a better place. The Pride and Service Awards are given to students who not only work to develop themselves as scholars, but work to develop the entire Kennedy community. The first student is a dedicated scholar and a great friend, and truly made the Kennedy School his home away from home this year. Almost every day I saw this student after school, engaging in club activities, working on group projects with peers, or simply helping teachers out in their classrooms. And he always did so with the utmost enthusiasm, warmth, and respect. So the first Pride and Service Award is given to Roosevelt Jefferson. The second student not only exhibited scholarship in all of her classes, but also devoted herself to creating this year's 8th grade yearbook. She exhibits kindness, gratitude, and positivity all day, every day, to her teachers, her friends, and her peers, and especially to younger students, for whom she is an amazing role model. So the second Pride and Service Award is given to Carmen Wheeler. All right, now we're going to do the subject awards. I'll start with my subject, which is ELA. In ELA this year, students engaged in detailed literary analysis using a variety of genres and also polished their abilities to write in a variety of formats. The ELA awards are given to students who excelled in ELA and supported their peers positively in the ELA classroom. The first student is a brilliant and creative writer and one of the most avid readers I've ever met in my life. Her analysis of literature enriched the learning of her peers and challenged me to look at texts that I've taught several times in completely new ways. So my award for her is The Tombs of Atuan, and it's for Razi Balfour. Got it. All right, the second student constantly impressed me with his work ethic every single day, his creativity when writing, his incessant curiosity about language and about literature, and his incredible analytic abilities. He was a positive role model and a great support for his peers every single day in the ELA classroom this year. So the book that I'm giving him is Animal Farm, and this is for Dylan Maiden.
All right, so I'm going to continue on with the subject awards for math. Throughout this year, each and every 8th grader has explored complex mathematical concepts in both geometry and algebra. I'm extremely proud of the work that the students have done not only with the content, but also with their willingness to be vulnerable in the doing of math, to be unafraid to make mistakes, and to ask for help when it's needed. Kennedy Class of 2023, I will forever remember all of your kindness as I learned what it is to be a Kennedy Tiger, and all of the joy you gave me in your willingness to mess up along the way to learning math. You are truly a special group of students, and I will miss you all very much. The first math award is given to a student who exemplifies not only mathematical genius, but also kindness, vulnerability, and dedication to her success in all areas. I'm constantly amazed by how much the student works to ensure her understanding of content while doing the incredibly difficult work of not worrying about always being right. I will forever be grateful that I got to witness her beautiful work, her amazingly detailed music annotations, and her dedication to the things she cares about. I'm excited to present the first math award to Pema Gyatsong. The second math award is given to someone who has demonstrated an impressive commitment to mastering all of the content given to her, while also ensuring that none of her classmates are ever left behind in their understanding. Her kindness and curiosity are never ending. I'm inspired to be a better teacher by her drive to truly understand the why behind math, and her dedication to making sure her fellow students come to the same realizations she is able to. I know that I will remember her for her generosity, her beautiful doodles, and her wonderful ways of thinking about math. I'm excited to present the second math award to Anna Barish.
Hey everybody. All right, in social studies class, I strive to present new information to students that will hopefully cause them to create informed thoughts and opinions about the world around them. We do this each day by examining moments in time in our history and the lasting impacts of those moments, or by examining what is happening in our world right now and making informed predictions on how today's events will shape our future. For our first book award for social studies, this individual will certainly be missed in my classroom. Nearly each day, I try to provide current events for students, looking at what's happening beyond our bubble in Somerville. Each morning, I am reading the news, watching news clips, and making decisions about what to share with students. I am typically confident in this work until my 8-3 class that comes at 11:30. I'm worried because there is someone who certainly has the upper hand when it comes to current events. This individual constantly asks thought-provoking questions, can build on previous knowledge with what we're learning now to make informed predictions about the future. They often know about the news before I do. That's the right level of enthusiasm to have in a history class. Oliver, may you never lose your zest. Come on up, Oliver. Oliver, may you never lose your zest for knowing about the world around you and using that information to make the world a better place. Congratulations, Oliver. Congrats, Oliver. For our second book award, I'll certainly miss this individual because they have proved time and time again that they're not afraid to try complicated things. When we're working on an assignment or project, I would typically get the question that is something like, Mr. Simmons, I know you suggested that we do it this way, but I was thinking, and I was wondering if I could, and whatever they're asking for is usually very clearly thought out, and by this point, they've rallied a small group of friends to help their cause. I know this person cares deeply about other people. When we are reviewing current events or moments in time, this person is consistently focused on the triumphs of individuals and the struggles they overcome, especially those who are typically, especially those who are typically underrepresented or misinterpreted in history. This person truly believes that there is a right thing to do, even when it's hard or even when it won't make everyone happy. Camilla, may you never lose your zest for caring about others, and may others always feel your kindness and warmth when they interact with you. Congratulations, Camilla. I can't wait to see all the wonderful things you do.
Congratulations, class of 2023. Here we are, and I want to thank you. I could thank you for so many things. What I'm going to thank you for right now is thank you for listening. You came in and, you heard what me and the other teachers had to say, and I know at times it wasn't exactly the first thing on your mind, but you heard us out, and we appreciate it. It's a long day. It's sometimes monotonous, even in science class. And let's be honest, nobody cares what a vacuole is or what it does. I know I don't. But you always gave it a shot, And it's a testament to the students and the people that you are. And I'm extremely grateful to know you all, and I mean all of you. So thank you. And I want to thank ChatGPT for writing that. All right, my first science book award. This award is going to a student who asked the most unanswerable questions that I didn't know the answer to. It was very often my response was, I don't know, I have no idea. It's a great question. It's a student that sees things from a very macroscopic view. In science class, I try to paint a picture, of whatever it is we're trying to learn, from the beginning, to the end, so that when the painting's done, all the students can kind of see the beauty in the full picture, in the details. The student just ruined that every time, because they would see the painting, after a few strokes, and it's just a testament to their ability. I very often had to tell them to just please shut up until I'm done, because I want the other students to have this experience. Unfortunately, the student wants to be a professional athlete. And I just wonder how many great minds we've lost to these vestigial animal instincts. And my students know what vestigial means. They better. I'm honored to give this book award to Michael Schreiber. Kidding about the ChatGPT thing, obviously. Okay, my next book award, can I say about this student? They have a healthy appetite. Very, very often class started with, Mr. Sharp, do you have any food? The student is very worldly, a lover of the arts, a lover of dance and theater, and so much more. A true Renaissance woman, if you will. But in all seriousness, this student is every teacher's dream come true, because a student is a sponge that enthusiastically soaks up knowledge. She inspired me every day. She not only absorbed the knowledge, but she questioned it, she contemplated it, and challenged it. She was a pleasure to have in class, a pleasure to know, to watch grow and blossom. She will do great things. I'm proud to present this award to Janie Weld.
Hola, mis niños. At least for the last time, right? Okay. Buenos días a todos en la comunidad de la Escuela Kennedy. Es un honor estar con ustedes aquí. It really has been an incredible journey with you guys. Seeing you now as emergent bilinguals, let me see the future with hope. Hope for a community where we love and respect one another, because learning languages is what opens the door for it. I am grateful today because I am seeing 56 students moving forward in an important milestone such as high school. Today, I want to acknowledge each one of you as my teachers. I have learned to dance, to laugh, and to deal with resiliency all of the situations that life brings, just like you do. I want to share one quote of Don Quixote de la Mancha that expresses how I am feeling today. Don Quixote de la Mancha said to Sancho Panza, "Today is the most beautiful day of our lives, dear Sancho. The biggest obstacle, our own indecision. Our stronger enemy, fear of the powerful and ourselves. The easiest thing, being mistaken. The most destructive, lying and selfishness. The worst defeat, discouragement. The most dangerous defects, pride and resentment. our stronger virtues, a good conscience, sorry for my accent, striving to be better although imperfect, and above all, willingness to do good and fight injustice wherever it may be. Now in Spanish because it sounds beautiful and better. It's true. Hoy es el día más hermoso de nuestra vida, querido Sancho. Los obstáculos más grandes, nuestras propias indecisiones. Nuestro enemigo más fuerte, el miedo al poderoso y a nosotros mismos. La cosa más fácil, equivocarnos. La más destructiva, la mentira y el egoísmo. La peor derrota, el desaliento. Los defectos más peligrosos, la soberbia y el rencor. Las sensaciones gratas, la buena conciencia, el esfuerzo para ser mejores sin ser perfectos. Y sobre todo la disposición para hacer el bien y combatir la injusticia donde quiera que estén. Each one of you is special to me. Thank you, 8th graders. I will miss you. You know that. And now I need to recognize two of you that have grown in proficiency in Spanish because of your disposition to keep improving your skills. Both of the students awarded today have gone above and beyond in learning Spanish, have initiated conversations with me in the target language, have a growth mindset, got high scores in the STEM test, and have shown awareness and appreciation of the contribution of other cultures in our global society through the study of the target language. My hope is that these two students continue this journey and become fluent in Spanish. Aiden and Hayden.
Hey, hi, hello, how are you? Fantastic. This was my first year at the Kennedy, but it was also my very first year teaching anything ever. And the 8th graders were my very first class ever. And they have always going to hold a special place in my heart because of that. But I'm more of an arts person than a words person. So I have Neil Gaiman here to take it away for the rest of the words. So, life is sometimes hard. Things go wrong in life and in love and in business and in friendship and in health and in all the other ways that life can go wrong. And when things get tough, this is what you should do. Make good art. I'm serious. Husband runs off with a politician, make good art. Leg crushed and eaten by a mutated boa constrictor, make good art. IRS on your trail, make good art. Cat exploded, make good art. Somebody on the internet thinks what you do is stupid or evil or it's all been done before. Make good art. And probably things will work out somehow. And eventually, time will take the sting away. But that doesn't matter. Do only what you do best and make good art. And make it on the good days too. The two students that I'm going to recognize for being makers of good art and constantly persevering in my class and always showing up with sunshine. I didn't quite know how the format of this was going to go, so I'm going to read the blurb, and hopefully you'll all clap. That's what that's going to do. Annika, you did it. You officially conquered 8th grade. I'm so proud of you and what you have accomplished in the short time that I've had the privilege of being your teacher. Your kindness and perseverance will take you far in this world, and no matter what you do or where you go, I know that you'll make a difference, brighten lives of everyone around you. Thank you for being an amazing student. Round two. Are we ready? Okay. Fiona, woohoo, congratulations. Your middle school career is officially over. 8th grade may be ending, but this is just the beginning. I've only been at the Kennedy for a year, but in that short time, I can say with confidence that you've got the whole world in the palm of your hand. I'm excited to see what the future holds. Thank you for always being your caring, kind, and wonderful self. High school and the world will be lucky to have you. And now music.
All right, hello everyone. This 8th grade class is a really special group of kids, and it has been a privilege to see them grow as musicians and as people over the years. I hope that they will all continue making music as they move on to high school and for the rest of their lives. My first award goes to a student who plays the bass, and in this group that hardly narrows it down. Got a lot of bass players. This student has represented the Kennedy School in All-City Orchestra. Whenever we had a few spare moments in class, he always had something that he wanted to work on his bass. He was always figuring something out on his own. He's open to trying new things musically, and he's always willing to help other students. I am honored to present this award to Rainer. All right. My next award goes to someone who has also represented the Kennedy School in the All-City Orchestra. She also plays the violin in the Tufts Youth Philharmonic, plays the cello in school music classes, and I can remember her as a kindergartner who loved to sing. I want to give a big congratulations to Sylvia Ellsworth. Congratulations.
Way to be 8th grade. For the Library Media Award, I thought of two kids who inspired the humanity and empathy a library community needs. People who led with creativity and a willingness to try something unique. Minds that could be critical, contemplative, and yet overall positive. For the two young adults I thought of, they were Rakia Buki and Owen Teen.
All right, save the best for last or something like that. I don't have a speech prepared, so this will be quick. 8th graders, there are some years where, as teachers, we got to get creative with our words to make you sound like a nice class. Some of the older siblings in the back, you know what I'm talking about. This class, honestly, you guys were awesome from start to finish. Some of you have only had for a couple years of middle school, or some of you have had since doing scooter driving school in kindergarten, which is crazy to think about. But honestly, you've been fantastic. If I could clone the 8th grade chorus group, I'd have the easiest job of all time because they're rock stars. So this was kind of tough to pick. But honestly, this first kid, phenomenal kid. I'm excited to see what he does in high school. He's kind, he's competitive, doesn't take himself too seriously, but most importantly, he just loves to have fun and loves fun shirts. Goes to Thano Franzis. The second student I have had since kindergarten. It's 9 years, which is kind of scary to think about. It's 2014. It's a long time ago. They are just what you want in a student athlete: competitive, a great teammate, tries in every sport. And then, at 8:20 in the morning, your kids, they're barely awake at 8:20 in the morning. So getting these kids to do basketball drills is nearly impossible. But this student always tries hard, doesn't take it too serious, and it's just a phenomenal kid. Goes to Ava Martin. What is it to be a tiger? You might have laughed at the idea of being a tiger, even asking to change to a different mascot. You may have hated the orange and the black, but Kennedy koalas or Kennedy kangaroos really felt like a lot. Maybe in kindergarten we would have called you a cub. Cute, but still the colors were orange and black. However, now it is 8th grade, and I am always amazed. You sit in front of me, staring at me, waiting for me to be finished talking. And I stare back knowing that soon you will be walking off school grounds to new adventures. But I hope you are never finished trying to find that place where you are taking chances to develop into what you want to become. I know you have dreams. I do too. I have asked you on the spot, what do you want to be? And yet sometimes you know not what that will look like. And sometimes look annoyed because I stop you in the hall. I often ask, how are you doing? And you hear, where are you going? You say, the bathroom or to class. I then say, no, how are you doing? And you say, good, fine, tired, bored. All I and everyone else want for you is to be challenged to always be better and do better. I say this to myself in the morning and again at night. I am hoping that you will find it to be a point of entry and not a right. That being said, I want you to get what you need what you get, and to say, here I am, this is me. I want to do this. I want to be that which I was meant to be. And know that here at the Kennedy, you are heard, known, educated, cared for, and realized. You have many years ahead of you to fight for longer lunches, more time for recess, access to your phones for whatever purpose, and to shine that light from where it comes for you. So back to the question, what does it mean to be a Kennedy Tiger? I hope that you understand that it takes more than one person to make a team. It is imperative that integrity is part of all that you do. A growth mindset will keep you trying at what you want and need to be good at. Empathy helps you know that you are not alone, but also to not let anyone else be. Respect is crucial. Make sure that you are respected and respect others. Respect even what you do not understand, because someday you may have to stand next to someone you do not know, and you may have just found a friend. Finally, thank you for being one of our Kennedy Tigers in the end. Once a Tiger, always a Tiger. Congratulations on moving to the next phase of your education.
Thank you, everyone. I just want to say a few words. This has been my first year at the Kennedy, and I'm honestly so sad that I only got 1 year with all of you. You have challenged me as a person. You've continually advocated for yourself, and I'm excited to see what your future holds because you continually push the system, ask questions, and are going to change the future. You're going to be great leaders, and I'm so proud that I got to witness that and experience that this year. You shared your voice, you kept asking, and I really appreciate that. And so without further ado, we're going to begin handing out your certificates. So please welcome the class of 2023. I know, I'll move back and forth.
And just before we get started, I do want to give a special thank you to all our support staff, our counselors, our nursing staff, our custodians, our community volunteers, our city officials, our PTA, and our food service. Please give them a round of applause as well. We could not do anything without them. All right. Abdi Ait Jamal. Don't forget to turn around. Rosalind Balfour. Anna Barish. Felix Bonham Carter. Zacchaeus Borges. Lauren Bradley. Rakia Buki. Brady Capuano. Kai Chin. Brennan Panini. Jay Damask. Sylvia Ellsworth. Riker Faith. Thano Francis. Hama Gayatsa. Aiden Sue. Roosevelt Jefferson. Hanukkah Johnson. Emily Johnson. Bhavika Kalia. Dylan Katz. Lila Kalaf. Susie Lane. Angela Lee. Antonio Lewis. Betsy Amar. Layla Mahoney. Dylan Maiden. Marshall. Ava Martin. Priscilla Narbachway. Bailey O'Neill. Soraya Ortiz. Cecilia Perez Rodriguez. Max Fromm. Miles Fromm. Camila Plata. Mason Ramsey. Viola Red. William Red. Fiona Rickson. Colin Rosas. Annabelle Rossetti. Mihaly Schreiber. Owen Tien. Lorenzo Smith. Carmen Wheeler.
Maybe together we can get somewhere. Any place is better. Starting from zero, got nothing to lose.
Janie Wild.
Someday, me, myself, I got nothing to prove.
Kendall Wilkinson.
I got a plan to get us out of here, then there's another thing to do. So, plan is to save.
Rainer Weisball.
Across the border and into the sea. You and I can both get jobs and finally see what it means to be living.
And Cameron Wolf.
Bottle, that's the way it is. It's everybody's too old to work.
Congratulations, everybody. You couldn't have done it without the people behind you, so keep that in mind. So make sure you say a grateful thanks to those behind you. And we have one other announcement before our presentation, kind of.
I would like to introduce myself. My name is Stephanie. I'm a parent of a rising fourth grader, and I have a son that attended the Kennedy, and I'm also a proud alumni. I'm thrilled to take on the role as PTA president in September. Alongside of me, I have our new co-VPs, Becky and Jeremiah, and one of our co-secretaries, Alexis. We would like to say congratulations to the 8th grade and wish them the best on their high school journey. On behalf of the incoming and outgoing PTA board, I would like to give a special thank you to Mary and Caroline. They have been on the board for 15 and 11 years respectively, and their dedication to the school has gone unnoticed. The Kennedy community thanks you for all your unwavering support, and we will miss you.